Now we take a look at one of the hardest hit areas of the opioid crisis, New Hampshire. The Granite State leads the nation in overdose deaths from fentanyl, the synthetic opioid nearly 50 times more powerful than heroin. Authorities say just a speck of it can kill you. Fox's Rick Leventhal reports on the tragedy of one middle-class American family and a community's fight to save lives.
The professionals at that time, after experiencing her overdose, said she's not a danger to anyone else and she's not a danger to herself.
And that was just not true.
New Hampshire has been hit hard by the opioid crisis.
Everybody has been touched by this, and it's not just the hypothetical person who maybe is living on the street or under the bridge. This is affecting all people, all walks of life.
Dr. William Goodman is medical director at Catholic Medical Center in Manchester, New Hampshire.
We know that the people using street drugs, illicit opioids, 4 out of 5 started with prescription pills. Either they had them prescribed directly or they're using diverted pills. And often what leads them to go from pills to injection of fentanyl and heroin is that it's easier to get. You don't need a prescription. It's often much less expensive.
In the 1990s, opioids emerged as the new painkiller, one that promised few side effects. Prescriptions increased, and so did abuse by patients and sometimes by their family members.
I had Vicodin,
Which would go missing.
and a lot of it, and I was in tremendous pain and could hardly walk.
And we had arthritis a good part of her life. And then she also had 2 knee replacements.
Some of it would go missing. I would always ask Jackie, she would say no.
Jim and Anne-Marie Zanfania soon realized their daughter Jacqueline was taking their drugs.
I stopped her from leaving the house with a bottle of it, a big bottle of it. And she said, "You're choking me," and I guess I was, but I couldn't let her take it.
She would take some of Anna-Marie's jewelry. You know, earrings are easy to just take and go to the pawn shop and make a few dollars.
The Zanfanias say they did everything they could to help their daughter, but the pull of her addiction was too strong. By the time she was 23, Jackie was using heroin laced with fentanyl. Then, one October day in 2014, Jim received a phone call.
My son-in-law called me, and he said, "Jim, has anyone reached out to you about Jackie?" And I said, "No." "Why, what's up?" And they said that they were getting, over the internet, they were getting condolences about Jackie. Sorry. But social media heard before we did.
And every morning, for at least a year, you would wake up and you'd say, "Jackie's dead." That would be the first thought of my day. And it would be the last thought before I'd go to bed.
We're doing 4, 6 milligrams. It depends how much they took, how strong the drug was. Yeah. To see what's happening in this community because of this drug epidemic is really a tragedy.
Manchester Fire Chief Daniel Goonan confronts death almost daily. It's part of the profession. But the volume of deaths due to drugs leaves him struggling for words.
I don't know how to describe the death we're seeing as a community here. We don't have a heroin problem in New Hampshire. We have a fentanyl problem.
New Hampshire leads the nation in fatalities from fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that's nearly 50 times more powerful than heroin.
What we're dealing with is something that I never thought I'd see in the fire service, but we're here and we're doing our best to combat it.
The Zanfanias are in the fight as well. Their daughter Jackie may be gone, but they believe her legacy can save lives.
How are we going to stop this? You start by talking about it. You have to let people know what's going on. You have to let people know that it's middle-class America that's part of this problem.